The Paradise Papers, an investigation into the Bahama Islands immigration scandal. Investigative report. The web of corruption unraveled. What began as routine complaints about expedited passport processing in the Bahama Islands has unveiled a sprawling network of corruption that reaches from street-level document mills to the highest corridors of political power. Our 6-month investigation reveals how a small group of connected individuals allegedly transformed the nation's immigration system into a personal profit center, with devastating consequences for national security and the rule of law. The puppet master, Robin Nichols. At the center of this web sits Robin Nichols, a smooth-talking con man whose family name carries both prestige and infamy in the Bahama Islands. The son of the late Basil Nichols, a notorious con artist who spent decades bilking foreign investors, inherited more than just his father's criminal instincts. He inherited his crooked actions. Nichols' descent into immigration fraud allegedly began after a high-profile stint as property manager for international celebrities. Sources close to pop superstar Shakira confirmed that Nichols systematically embezzled funds meant for property maintenance, eventually driving her luxury estate into disrepair while pocketing hundreds of thousands in maintenance fees. When Shakira discovered the theft, Robin had already vanished, leaving behind only unpaid bills and a reputation in ruins. But rather than disappear entirely, Robin pivoted to a more lucrative enterprise, selling citizenship to the highest bidder. Working alongside his daughter Sasha, known in immigration circles simply as Sash, established what sources describe as a citizenship assembly line. Sasha became a familiar face at the Department of Immigration, arriving weekly with thick manila folders containing applications for expedited processing. Immigration officers, speaking on condition of anonymity, describe her as having unusual access to restricted areas and uncommon influence over case processing times. The Nichols operations efficiency was remarkable. Haitian nationals arriving in the Bahama Islands with no documentation or English language skills could obtain full citizenship status within 2 weeks. The package deal reportedly included not just legal residency, but a complete identity transformation, passport, national insurance number, and voting registration. The political connector, Mildred. If you think Nichols was bad, we introduce to you the operation architect Millie. Mildred was its political engine. Operating under the Facebook alias Miley Odds, the woman of Haitian descent positioned herself as the ultimate power broker in the Bahama Islands immigration system. Mildred's influence allegedly extends far beyond document processing. Sources within the ruling Progressive Liberal Party confirm that she played a crucial role in securing Haitian Corleone votes for Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis during the last election cycle. Her reward, according to government insiders, came in the form of lucrative construction contracts worth millions of dollars, all bearing the Prime Minister's personal approval. But Mildred and her foreign white husband's most sinister alleged activity involves human trafficking on the high seas. Intelligence sources suggest she operates a sophisticated smuggling network, utilizing her personal yacht and a fleet of smaller vessels to transport Haitian nationals across dangerous waters to the United States for premium fees. Harbor records show Mildred's luxury yacht departing Nassau frequently during nighttime hours, often returning with different passenger manifests than reported upon departure. Sources within the maritime community describe Millie as having unusual access to various boats through shell companies and informal arrangements with boat owners desperate for charter income. With some of these smuggling operations being investigated by U.S., several detainees reportedly provided detailed information about Millie's fleet and operational methods in exchange for leniency. The scheme's brilliance lies in its legal sophistication. Because Haitian nationals processed through Millie's network obtained legitimate Bahamian Islands citizenship documents, those subsequently deported from the United States are sent back to the Bahama Islands, not Haiti. This creates a revolving door that protects deportees from returning to Haiti's instability while generating continuous revenue for the network. The systemic breakdown. Immigration officers describe a department under siege from political pressure and corruption. Standard processing procedures were routinely bypassed for Millie and Robin's clients. Background checks, normally taking months, were completed in days. Document verification processes that should involve multiple departments are handled by single officers who had developed special relationships with the network's operators. One veteran immigration officer, granted anonymity due to fear of retaliation, described the situation: "We'd see the same faces every week, carrying files for people we'd never interview. The applications would come pre-approved from upstairs. We were just rubber stamps." The financial scope of the operation remains unclear, but conservative estimates suggest hundreds of illegal citizenships were granted over a 3-year period. At reported rates of $15,000 to $25,000 per citizenship package, the network may have generated millions in illegal revenue. Political protection. Perhaps most disturbing are allegations that Prime Minister Brave Davis was aware of the operation's scope and chose to ignore it for political gain. Sources within the PM's office describe meetings where Milley community organizing efforts were discussed in detail, with full knowledge that her influence came from immigration document processing. When confronted with preliminary findings from this investigation, the Prime Minister's office issued a brief statement: "The government takes all allegations of immigration impropriety seriously and will investigate any credible evidence through proper channels." However, no investigation has been announced, and both Nichols and Milley continue to operate openly. The ongoing threat as this report goes to publication: the Nichols-Milley network remains active. Immigration sources report continued weekly visits from Sasha Nichols, while Milley's construction company has recently won additional government contracts. Conclusion: the Bahama Islands immigration scandal represents more than bureaucratic corruption. It's a complete breakdown of governmental oversight that has transformed citizenship into a commodity for sale to the highest bidder.